Hi, Andy. This is Mrs. Six. So I figured this would be easier than trying to type everything out and explain to you, that I would just be able to show you. Okay, so for the news article, one of the big issues I'm having are students basically just piecing together pieces of other articles and not actually completing the required components of the assignment. So when I looked at your article, I um, started thinking, I was like, okay, what is the very first thing that catches me is what's the likelihood that you knew the person that passed away or you knew the person who is um, someone who made the state or the comment from Ohio State saying that that if you look here, we must respect as medical privacy. So this quote or this interview statement, that has to come from someone that you personally interview. It's not something you can pull from another article. It's not something that you can have just kind of pieced together from other various different places. So when I see this, it makes me think, okay, well, then there's an article already written about this a lady who passed away. And so then now I'm going to search for it. So what happens is I go and I look, and there is an article written by one of the local news channels. And a lot of what is in your article is also in that, specifically that quote that you put into your assignment. So, what the purpose of this assignment is that not for you guys to piecemeal things together, but it's for you to make sure that you are doing kind of from the ground up. And the really important part of this is the interview process. In the class, we spend months going over like interview questions. There's assignments built toward that. There's assignments built toward research and finding actual ways to do your research. So those are the important things that need to cross over when you're writing your article. So for an example, as you're writing, it's fine to write about this person that passed away from Ohio State. However, the spin that you're going to want to take on it is not all about her. It's going to be basically mostly about the coronavirus, and you can use her death as a reference, but you're going to want to talk to your mom, your dad, your friends, whoever it is, to make it have that local connection to you. So by local connection, it specifically has to have a connection to you personally. So you can conduct those interviews. I've had one student who has done interviews with someone who I kind of questioned because of the notoriety of that person and their organization for the Cleveland Cavaliers. However, after checking and doing some research, the student actually did her legwork and knew those people, and I confirmed with the interview who she interviewed. So, not that I want to double check every single student, but when you submit an assignment where there's quotes that make me think you probably aren't the one who interviewed that person to pull that quote, and then I find it on a website, that's basically plagiarism. So you definitely want to stay away from that. Okay. So not that you can't use some of what you have here, but the interview process that you have, you absolutely need to make sure that you are adding in people that are um, close to you. So my advice would be interview your mom or dad or aunt or uncle or a friend, ask them their opinion of like the coronavirus. And then the other thing you want to make sure that you're not doing is how this article has the interview kind of just posted in. That's what you want to do. You don't want to ask 10 questions and put all 10 questions and answers in. You want to ask 10 questions, and then you want to choose from those 10 questions which answers are going to enhance your article the best. Okay. So I know this is kind of long, but to type all of that out may have been a little bit more confusing. So I'm going to go ahead and keep your grade the way it is. You would need to resubmit because at this point, you're not really following the assignment. You're just rewriting an article that's already been written, and you're not putting your own personal spin on whatever topic that you have, which is mandatory for what you need to do for this assignment. So if you have questions, please let me know. I am making today a help session for your class for students who need extra help on this and a few of the other assignments. So if you want to pop in there today, feel free at 1:30, or if you want to venture on your own and try it again, totally up to you.